Morning Jog by Elan Carron. He looked Italian or Jewish. She couldn't tell which. Around her age, 24 or 25, no more. Black wavy hair, with the most compelling eyes. Intelligent, fathomless, and so dark they almost looked black too. And he couldn't have been more than an inch or two taller than she was. But he wasn't there today on her jog down Riverside early this morning. For the first time in 3.5 months, he wasn't walking his Jack Russell dog while she jogged by and both lit high without uttering the word out loud. And now she was kicking herself for not stopping and finding out about him, who he was, what he did, and where he worked, and all the rest. What should have been the biggest day of her young professional life was somehow spoiled by the absence of this guy she didn't even know, and whom she had been just too busy to find out about. Ms. Greenwald had called her into her swank office with all those famous design sketches on the walls and all those awards about, and had informed her that she, Taryn McVeigh from Columbus, Ohio, had just won her very first award as a professional designer, the prestigious Pierpoint, for her prom dress that could be worn long or short and looked like a one-off that should be costing much, much more than the amount on the sticker tag it wore so discreetly. She called her mom to tell her the momentous news, but all she could think about was, where was he? This guy she had never really met. How could he not be there on this morning of all mornings? And then, while she nibbled dispiritedly from her yogurt cup in front of her cubicle computer at lunchtime, she saw it. Chemist wins Lipid Research Award and $50,000 foundation grant. There his picture was, Graham Albrecht, and he wasn't even from here. He was from Cincinnati, in her home state. No wonder he wasn't there with his Jack Russell along Riverside this morning. He was probably on his way to Geneva or London or wherever they would bestow the award upon him. She searched the definition of lipid to the effect nonpolar organic solvents that help comprise living cells. He wins an International Medical Research Award and grant. She wins an award for a prom dress design. Talk about polar leap, she thought. And she couldn't even congratulate him because she had never stopped to talk to him, although there had been every encouragement every morning for over 3 months. That quiet smile, that unspoken hi, as though they had known each other for ages. She couldn't even have slowed down long enough to ask his dog's name. This brilliant research scientist, handsome, friendly, those eyes, the whole package, and she had blown it. The celebration with the girls at Carfay's for her award did not compensate. How could it? Neither did the congratulatory call from her usually uppity older sister in Columbus. And then morning again. She slipped on the new jogging suit at a slower pace, fixed her face more quickly than usual, carelessly. Who would see her anyway? Who would care? Who would care after Graham Albrecht? Even her pace along Riverside seemed sluggish compared to the exhilaration of the past months. Up this incline, down the other side. This straightaway, this jog in the pavement. The sky looked as if it could not make up her mind. Partly cloudy, partly sunny. The radio meteorologist described it so mundanely in her earphone. 40% chance of rain, 10% chance of hope and happiness. Then a dog's playful bark around this next bend. She switched off Glenn Gould's box as she rounded it. And there was the Jack Russell leading Graham Albrecht, the now noted luminary in lipid research, wherever he pleased. Sharon McVeigh slowed, and for the very first time in all her morning jog, she stopped. "Hi," she said aloud. "I'm Sharon from Columbus, and you're Graham from Cincinnati. Congratulations." He smiled, showing small, straight teeth that, if possible, looked as intelligent as those dark, dark eyes. "I saw your picture on the internet yesterday," she said, wondering if she were sounding too forward and not caring an iota. Suddenly, the blue above was overtaking the gray. "I missed you yesterday. I can't tell you how much, because you'll think I'm crazy." Graham Albrecht opened his mouth, finally spoke. "Will you marry me?" She just stared dumbstruck into those eyes, then somehow managed, "Don't you think we should go to dinner first?" "Capital idea. We can plan everything on a linen napkin." "Do you think it would be all right if I wore a prom dress to our wedding?" Ta-dum, ta-dum.